About 7:42. This meeting is being recorded. So I have some minutes. We have all those minutes in here, Deb, as you said. Okay. Want to make a motion or?
Sure. I move that the CPC accept the meeting minutes dated September 5th, 2023. Is it really? Hold on a second.
A second.
Okay, good.
I'm sorry.
I'm used to reading a longer motion than that one.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Any changes or omissions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Let the record show 3 in favor, no opposed. We are minus 2 members at this point. Dave, if you would please.
I move that the CPC approve the meeting minutes from September 19th, 2023.
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Let the record show 3 in favor, no opposed. No ZBAs tonight? Okay. Okay. So, Danielle, if you want to do we need a few more minutes. We need four members. We're minus 1 right now. I know we're chasing, but we don't have any response yet. If I don't hear from them in a few minutes, we're not gonna hang you up. Okay. Or anybody else. I don't know. But anyway, updates as far as anything we talked about last night.
I was going to update the rest of the board who wasn't at town meeting about the St. Teresa's article, but the 3 of you were at town meeting, so that's not much of an update because you're aware that I just wanted to let you know I was going to start on a draft of an RFP, at least to get the ball rolling. It would need to be, reviewed by us to recommend to the select board. I'm also starting to gather a list of possible organizations that would be good to target the RFP to. We know that Habitat for Humanity is interested. At the last select board meeting, Ms. Gonzalez had mentioned another organization for veterans, or sorry, for wounded, firefighters, police officers.
Right.
Also, that does housing in a similar model. So I will be making a list of appropriate organizations that we might want to reach out to. If any of you have any thoughts about who would be good to include in that list, it does need to be in our open RFP. So we would be publicly advertising it and accepting proposals from anyone who wanted to do. So I will be starting work on that RFP.
Right. For the record, Habitat for Humanity did come in to do a presentation to us. Jeff, you weren't here, but but they did come do a presentation to us about what they do, and they, I'm hoping that we get some kind of proposal from them when we put this all out, because it's, besides the fact that it's I think it's a good group with what they do. It also gives the people in the town of North Reading an opportunity to actually physically, contribute to the situation, and if you have like high school kids or something, they have community service, or anybody that might, for other reasons, have community service. Occasionally that happens, and this would be a place where they could work, and I think it would be a plus. So, so we'll do the RFP. We'll put it out there. We'll see if they come back with something that's that we like. So.
That's exciting, and then I'll continue to work with Luke Roy on the remaining surveys for the other properties that we had in mind on Oakdale and Maple Street. Those will probably be a little bit more work, but possibly if we make some progress on the first one, we could even the next 2, possibly the town meeting, if we're ready to do that.
What's he at right now with the four, like what's been done and
So
what?
far, so all the wetlands have been flagged on all the properties.
Great.
That's been done for a while, but in terms of getting it shown on a surveyed plan, so far, St. Teresa's is the only one that's complete. So, he's continuing to work on the others. If we have a preference for which one we would like him to pursue next, I can tell him. I wasn't sure if between Oakdale and Haverhill, we wanted to give any preference. But
Yeah.
I like Haverhill, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, we have, that. You know, I don't know if we want to, just pick one more and try and get one more completely done, and, you know, because I think probably, that might be the best way, pick the one that we, think has the best chance of going through the process.
sure.
And we can do that, which is what we did before. I think it's easier for them to identify with, and I think easier for them to understand. And I think that's what made this one, easier to get through.
Yeah.
And it is something that we supposed to be doing, so.
Yeah, and I think that for Haverhill Street, that one will take a little bit longer because we know that the neighbors are interested in having a portion of it cut off by, you know, using an A&R and put permanently into conservation protection. So that's something that we have funds to ask, you know, the surveyor to do, to prepare for us. So, it might also depend on what we get back from responses for the RFP. If we get more than one organization that's interested in building a house or two, then that might be a nice opportunity for us to say, well, we, you know, possibly the town would award one to one organization, one to another interested organization, maybe,
Yeah.
Depending on whether we get more than one that is. So
Yeah.
we may not. They may.
Yeah, we can put up to two houses, two dwellings there.
For St. Teresa.
So, I don't know about the others, how we have enough, I know the wetlands in the others, but I know I think there's a certain, quite a bit of upland in one of them, so.
Yeah, Oakdale is one house or one duplex, but probably just one structure.
Yeah,
Very limited. And then
Maybe,
Haverhill Street is more flexible, I think.
Yeah.
It's bigger.
yeah, I think that's the big one, it's got some area to work with, so.
Right.
So, okay. I know I know we're looking at trying to get Charles Street squared away, but have we had any movement from the guy from?
Actually, as I was leaving for the day, I did get a call back from the owner, and I did also get an email back from him last week saying that he was going to be arranging for some cleaning out there. So I will give him a call in the morning, and hopefully he's calling to tell me that he has cleaning arranged. We did at least get a response.
Did he identify who he's got as a contractor?
Not yet, but when I call, I think I may be able to.
Yeah, I think that would be good for us to know if it's one that we know is, reliable. So that's getting to be a little bit of a headache, that whole thing, so. I'd like to get it moving. So, just so everybody knows, we are short one member tonight for this, to vote on the Anthony Road and the 46 Haverhill Street, project. We were hoping we could get somebody to zoom in, but so far, it's just the three of us, and we need 4 votes for this. So, there's not, I don't know if it's worth opening the public hearing if we can't continue on with the voting, so.
Well, I think we would need to continue it anyway.
Yeah, we do have some things that are, well, I would like to address a couple of the issues. You know, we can't do waivers, but we need 4 votes for the waiver sign.
No, you don't have 3, but you don't have 3 members who are eligible to vote on this.
Oh, yeah, because, yeah.
So,
I
right.
don't know that needs to.
And I do worry that if we have a discussion on it, we will lose Jeremiah and Ryan's.
Oh, yeah, because they won't be here.
Right, because then we don't want to lose the forum. So.
Well, I would like to just bring up just one quick thing, and I don't know how many people saw the letter that Ed wrote But, his idea of the liaison between the neighborhoods and the developer, I think is a good one. It's not something that we can mandate or we can make happen. But if you are willing to work with the neighbors and let them designate somebody, I've had that done before on a subdivision a while ago. It was quite a while ago, but it worked out really well. And basically what they did is they went around, looked at all the houses that would be impacted to see, how much water they might have in their basement, what it all looked like. And they documented it. So it gave everybody a level of comfort knowing that if something changed, that it was documented by the contractor as well as by their representative, what the conditions were prior to that, the subdivision being built. So it's just a thought. I think it's a good one. If it's something people can all work out on your own with the developer, if he's willing to do that.
I'm not really sure what it entails, but.
It doesn't entail what one representative of your group would meet with the representative of the neighborhood group. They would choose their person, you choose theirs, and they go look at these, because they go look at like in people's basements to see what the issues are with water and everything. So that, and I know from doing this for a long time, they don't realize that if you do this right, you actually improve the situation out there. So, and they get to see that, and that also gives them a level of comfort, which is what they're looking for, really. I don't think anybody begrudges you the situation, but they don't want an impact on them. And to know that the current conditions have been logged, and if there's change, you can show it, you can prove it, that would give them a level of comfort as well. And you're going to be working in that neighborhood. Good to have a liaison, somebody you call, say, we can go talk to this person,
Okay.
So it's something. It's a really good idea. So I think if everybody, if you guys can get together to do that, it would be good. So, have you had a neighborhood meeting at all?
Yes, a few months back now, but yeah, we did.
Yeah, probably one more of those, and then talk about that. We'd probably be good. So, okay. I fear we're not going to get our number here. I'll wait 5 more minutes, and then I'm not going to hang everybody up all night. Wait for somebody who may not show up. So, or at this point, probably not going to show up, and hasn't responded either from requests for a response. So. Since we are going to need to do an extension of some kind, you said anyway.
Well, we have to continue the hearing to the next meeting. We have an extension until the 18th, which is until the 18th, which is the day after our next meeting. It would be great if we had a few more days beyond that, because it just feels like it's cutting it very, very, very
close. Yeah.
And I think with 3 members, you could administratively grant an extension for more time, even if 3 members aren't here to vote on the subdivision. I think you could still do that. It's just one day. Like, we would have to have the vote at the next meeting, and the very next day get it filed, which we would plan to do anyway.
Yeah.
But it's not a lot of time for something to go wrong.
So you want to do 2 more weeks? Is that it?
I'm sorry.
Extended 2 weeks.
I mean, that would be my preference if the applicant was willing to do that, and the board could grant the extension for another 2 weeks. But we would still plan at the next meeting to have our vote and get the decision filed the next day.
Right.
I worry about a last minute emergency. Somebody gets sick, someone can't be here. If we don't have a forum there, it could be constructively.
If you don't mind, let's do this, and then we know that no matter what happens, we'll be able to get it done. Or at least get it to the point where we can do the vote. So
To what date though, Daniel? 24th, 25th?
Let's see, that's pretty mean. Um. That would bring it to, let's see, so we have it until the 18th. If it could be extended until November 3rd, that would be helpful, but our plan would be for the vote to happen at the next meeting, which would be October 17th. So I think my recommendation would be to continue the hearing until the 17th, but to request the extension through November 3rd, just in case, because if somebody doesn't show at the next meeting, it could get constructively approved and not.
Okay, if you're agreeable to that, I know. Yeah.
I'm just gonna write something up, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Sorry, thank you.
You're gonna write it up?
The next meeting is when?
Yes.
October 17th is the next meeting.
The time the same, 8 o'clock? Probably. I don't have anything else.
I just want to let you know that I look at the emails and I've tried to email all of you that have put the emails down, but some people's emails are just coming back, so I don't know if there's something missing from your email. So hopefully you all seem to be talking to each other, so unless you want to get the email, if you want to write it down again, and I'll try again if I have to. I know that it's up to you. I have your email, but I've tried a couple of times, it just won't go through. No, Hatchie, oh.
I got the email. He
Oh,
didn't,
you got?
he didn't get it. I got it from my lawyer.
Okay, so I'm just writing, I request that the CPC vote to extend the deadline for final action on the 17 Anthony Road, 346 Fairhaven Street subdivision until November 3rd, 2023. So that would be the extension of time. We would still need a motion to continue.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you weren't gonna start until next year anyway.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, Dave, you can pick it up.
Yeah, so we're just doing the motion to continue the hearing to the 17th.
No,
We're gonna do one motion to continue the hearing until the 17th, and then for the other one, I can read it. Is
Yeah,
that-
read down, it says.
I'll just read that motion. I request that the CPC vote to extend the deadline for final action on the 17th, I'm sorry. I move that the CPC vote to extend the deadline for final action on the 17 Anthony Road, 346 rear Havel Street subdivision until November 3rd, 2023. That's the motion.
So moved.
yeah, second,
Second.
and, any further discussion on it? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Let the record show, we in favor, no opposed. With mine to none.
And the continuation to October 17th, right?
Oh, November 3rd.
No, the next meeting will be
Next
October
meeting.
17th. So that was the extension of time until November 3rd, but the next meeting is
Right.
October 17th.
Okay.
So we would say I move that the
Yeah.
CPC continue the public hearing for 17 Anthony, 46 Fairhaven
Until
Street
November 3rd.
to October 17th at 8 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Let the record show, 3 in favor, no opposed. So, I apologize to everybody, I don't know. I do my best to be at every single meeting, believe me, I never miss. And we did try to get in touch with the planning administrator. I did try to get a hold of these people to make sure we had them here tonight, and we just really didn't get, we only got one response, I think. And that was from someone who could take it, so I don't know what happened to the others. So we thought that everybody would be here. Otherwise, I would have let everybody know coming in the door. But I guess for now, I appreciate you all coming, I really do. It's, I feel really bad that we can't take care of business tonight, so. But thank you very much anyway.
Warren, did I get this right? That the next meeting you're having is October 17th,
Yes,
and they're on the agenda for 17th?
yeah, now.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.?
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bill. Yeah, you guys, I know you guys have put a lot of work into this, everything, and I appreciate your willing to. You guys can't get something that you,
I did.
a long time ago. God, and everything, and you know, a couple days.
Project manager of an OPM on larger like commercial. That's gonna be useful.
So we don't have, anything else here.
And Danielle, unfortunately, you're not feeling very well. Sorry to hear that. So we don't want to keep our planner here any longer. The poor person go home and get some chicken soup.
As long as she doesn't fall off on the floor, it's okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So we don't really have anything else. I think we got to do that.
Big event.
I'm disappointed.
We were talking and I usually send them, we did not about the meeting, I think I'm gonna send it out like Fridays for the meeting. I'll send out a reminder about the planning and all about us having a meeting. And also, we need to have.
Yeah, I agree, Deb.
Yeah.
I think when it's important that there's.
Let everyone
We need
know,
to
yeah,
let,
good
because then
idea.
in the future, if this happens, we
Yeah.
can just say to people, we're not gonna have one.
Right,
You know, and again, I missed the 19th.
yeah.
I turned 60 on the 19th. That was my birthday and my wife had a big dinner planned for me. So that's why, that's full disclosure, I missed it.
You
because of
don't
my
look a day over
birthday. But anyway, so that's where I was, but, and she insisted I can't be here, but I would have been here. But you know, I didn't know she had that planned. It was very last minute.
Yeah.
But I think knowing if, in that case, if it was a quorum thing,
Yeah.
I would have said to her, I know you just dumped this surprise on me, but
Yeah.
I have to be at the meeting tonight. I would have done that too.
Yeah.
It would have, you know, it's just a
Well,
night,
even if
but
you got on Zoom for like 5.
yeah, whatever. I would have definitely done it, but since I
Yeah.
didn't think there was a quorum, but
Right.
knowing that and is
I
definitely
think it would
good.
make a
That'll
difference.
definitely be good. So you super know that you like you're needed, you know,
Yeah.
you gotta be there.
To asking, not just giving a reminder of the meeting, but asking everyone to say, do you plan to be here?
Yeah.
I just.
Yeah.
Like you need to confirm. Yeah, you need to confirm. You can't ignore the text.
That, but you know I'm gonna be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, I don't worry about you.
Yeah, we don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. It's just, it does get people thinking, okay,
Yeah.
it's gonna have next
Yeah.
Tuesday, do I have anything?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
All right, we're good.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Calling it?
I guess, I mean, you gotta run the gauntlet out there, so.
Oh,
Yeah, they know it's not your, it's not your fault,
Yeah,
not our fault.
You know, I mean. thought we had everything, I thought we had it for him tonight. When I saw Jeremiah that opted out, I'm like, ooh, I hope that means that Brian is going to.
Well, the last meeting, we had 3 voting members and they didn't want to go ahead because they would need a unanimous vote. And I understand that, you know? Yeah, anyway.
So, we, even if we had Brian, we couldn't have done it, because
But that would have been, I guess, up to them. I think at this point, they would have said, yeah, we would like you to go ahead and vote. Because of the last one, we did have only 3, we're gonna only have 3, so it would have to be all 3 voting. So I let the developer know, so you know, are you, do you want to continue or do you want to go ahead with the vote? And, if they know that they need a unanimous vote, they might say, I'd like to continue it to the next meeting. But tonight we didn't even have that option because we only had 2 votes available.
why?
Jeff can't vote because he wasn't on the board when we started
Okay,
this.
that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can only miss 1 meeting.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, if we, even if one of them had come on, we need to vote with them for the 4 votes.
You only need 3 votes because it's subdivision.
Okay.
But they may or may not have wanted to go ahead with just 3 voting members because it would have to be unanimous. So, I mean, some developers aren't comfortable
Right.
with needing
Improve their
everyone's.
odds.
Because it's 3 out of 3 that
Yeah.
they need, whereas if you have 4 voting members present, you can have, 3 out of 4, one of them
Right.
is still don't
Yeah, you
know.
increase your chances by 25.
Yeah, so,
That's a lot.
That's good, yeah. I don't blame them, but.
all right, well, let's hold it.
I'll make sure I'm here on the 17th and,
We'll all be here
yep.
and we'll just get this done.
And Debbie, great job on your minutes too with, because I read it on the 19th, just on the, I'm going blank now, right off of Haverhill Street, the development. Help me.
Charles Street. Charles Street extension?
Was it?
No,
It's
it's
not Charles.
across from North,
Yeah, North Street. What's
it's
it?
right across.
Amber, thank you. But it was good because it was very descriptive on the back and forth with all the different members and the questions they were asking them and the plan and everything. And then I looked at the plan, so it answered a lot of the questions you guys asked, answered some of the questions when I looked at the plan originally and was like, what is this?
But did they, this, on the, do they have a name for the street for Anthony?
No, that's the other thing. If it's unnamed at the time that you approve it, I guess we can give it a name later, but we probably want to think about,
Yeah,
I can reach out to them to ask them.
yeah, I would definitely, make a note.
On this one, you mean, on Anthony?
This one, yeah.
Yeah, there's no name for the street.
Struggle Street?
Yeah, we need that.
River Street? It's really bad.
That's
Broke Ave.
Brook Ave, that's a good one, yeah.
I was thinking about.
Lakeside.
Go on, that's horrible.
Keep going. Oh. Sorry. Bad
Oh.
jokes. We get water in our streets. Not as bad, not as bad. I know North Reading is a wet town. Yeah, I think everybody does. Probably not as bad though as this guy.
Years that was dry, and I remember talking to the health agent last fair, and then we had a really wet year, and I'm like, oh, it's the wet year. I said, "Oh, that's not a normal year."
Yeah,
Because the last few years have been dry,
yeah.
so this year is close to normal.
Oh, really?
I'm like, really?
Seems like it's so wet.
Well, not
This year's close to normal?
No, not this year, but that's particularly year.
Oh, okay, yeah,
When I was doing a lot of
Water.
the
Guys, I'm very sorry, but I'm on my last legs.
Yeah, we're out of here. We're out of here. Everybody, sure.
Closing it, right?
We go,
Close the meeting.
yep, I'll close the meeting.
Adjourn.
Yeah.